Eternal people, welcome to United View and welcome to the preview of the big one. Man United taking on Manchester City at Old Trafford, 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. So you know what that means. It means we had to go back and get Natalie back on the show. After we made sure we didn't speak to her after the last game. I made sure there was no contact, no follow-up, no how did you think the game went or anything. It was absolutely awful. But Natalie, it is still good to have you back on the show.
Thank you, love. Yes, and everyone was surprisingly nice to me last time. So yes, I'm back.
Yes, and this time I think they're going to be feeling a little bit different. What a season it's been so far. Obviously, with the break for the World Cup, you've got Arsenal that are top of the league, not the usual Manchester City just walking away with it or fighting with Liverpool. That hasn't happened. It's Arsenal and Manchester City up there. Manchester United, since the last time we spoke, I'm going to say on record, we have got our act together. We're going in the right direction. But this here is where it can be a humbler for us, because I remember talking to you before the last game we played, and I was like, do you know what? Since the Brentford game where we got smashed, we'd beaten Arsenal, we'd beaten Liverpool, we beat Leicester, Southampton. We were on a decent little run, and I thought, we'll go to the Etihad. I think there's something there. And then we got hit back down to earth. But this time, it feels different. It does feel different. But how do you feel? How do you feel about City in this game? How do you feel about United in this game? It's at Old Trafford. Are you just as confident as you ever were? Or are you a bit wary this time? How are you feeling?
I don't know. I think I'll probably end up saying exactly what I said on the preview we did before the home game, because I'm a really irrational Manchester City fan when it is the derby, like really irrational. And what I constantly repeat to myself and what I ask people to do is to remind me to enjoy it and to remind me to not get stressed out. And I think I was doing pretty well before the last derby. And then I just lost my head on the day, absolutely lost my head. If you'd have offered me a draw before that game, I would have taken it. I just lost my head. And then when I heard that Rodri was out, I just lost my head. And I ran into Gaz Drinkwater, who I do BBC Radio Manchester with, obviously the United fan, and I was going, "Oh God, you're going to beat us! I can't believe it!" Like this is like half an hour
just
before
because Rodri wasn't there, you just thought it was going to be all over.
Just irrational. You just need one thing, don't you, that spirals you off, and and then obviously it was really good. So I'm trying to enjoy it. What day is it? Wednesday. It's kind of helped by the fact that we've got a game tonight. So we've got our Carabao Cup quarterfinals tonight, which means I haven't actually really properly started thinking about the derby, other than, of course, people around me start talking about it. So I'm going to do my absolute best to not lose my head. I'm going to do my best to enjoy the week and enjoy the game. I think in terms of United, I mean, you guys are on a really good run. You're on a good run of form. Ten Hag seems to be doing a very good job for you. Impressed with what he's done so far. From some of the games that I've seen, you look really good. From some of the highlights I've seen, you still perhaps look like you're sneaking a few. So I'm confident. We played great in the Chelsea game at the weekend, the second half of the Chelsea game last week. And obviously, I know
not the first half. First half.
Hey, we're not talking about that.
Have a first half like that at Old Trafford. I please dare you, please.
Oh God!
Please.
Did you see that Pep said that he's got a ridiculous plan on how to beat you?
Yes. What do you think it could be? Like you've seen all the eccentric stuff of Pep and what he's capable of. What do you think that could be?
I have no idea. Literally no idea. Like before that Chelsea game last week, when we saw the lineup, we just presumed that it was the standard, Cancelo left back, Walker right back, and then in the middle of the game it was not, straight away we realised it was not like that at all. I've no idea. I mean, you've got 18-year-old Rico Lewis who's broken through in the last few games.
He's done really well.
Turned 18. He's done really well. It wouldn't surprise me if you played ahead of Kyle Walker. Maybe that's the kind of ridiculous plan. Catches off guard there.
Crazy, yeah.
That wouldn't be that ridiculous, really. When it comes to Pep, it could be anything. And it literally could be anything. We might not play with any defenders. Like, got it.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. You can't. I think when it's like that, you can't second guess what he's going to do. I mean, from our point of view, it does feel different this time. I will say that. Of course, we can get a humbler. I did say that last time, but I mean it this time. No, I just feel like the team is in a really good spot. This doesn't transpire into it means we're definitely going to win, but what it does transpire into is the fact we're in a good moment. I think the return to form of Marcus Rashford has just been insane for us. He just looks like a completely different player. And obviously, since the World Cup, we won every game. Okay, questionable opposition, you can say, and that's what I do agree that this is the big one. This is the test. We've got Arsenal as well to come the week after. Palace in between that away. This is tricky. And if Manchester United beat Manchester City, I think that can literally shake up the table. Newcastle will be looking at that. Arsenal will be looking at that. And us ourselves will be looking at it, because I think City, I think the whole reason why Arsenal are in this title race is because, I don't know, and maybe you can help me with this. It feels like there's something a little bit off with City, like just slightly from the usual high level. Like, I don't think they're going to put up like 94 plus points this time. It might be like 88 or something. I don't know, but I think there's a reason there. So I don't know. How do you see it? Are City firing on all cylinders like normal, or is there a little bit of a caveat there? You're not quite at it yet.
I'd agree with you. I'll give you a caveat. No, we're definitely not firing on all cylinders. It doesn't feel like that. It feels a little bit nervy at recent home games as well, if I'm being really honest. The crowd feels a little bit tetchy, a little bit nervous. We're not firing on all cylinders at all. However, we have that in us. We still have that in us. We will start firing on all cylinders because of the quality of players we've got across the squad. I don't know if it's the, bringing Erling Haaland in the winter break, some of the the changes around the team. I'm not too sure. I don't think we're playing as well as we have in previous seasons, but I still believe that we can, and we tend to in the back half of a season as well. Although we're not even at the back half yet. We're not even at the halfway point of the season yet.
And that's what's so weird about it, being at this date, sort of kind of, early first couple of weeks of January, and it's like it's not over halfway because of the World Cup. It does feel weird, and we do forget that. If Man United beat City, are you still just as confident as you always was of getting this title this year, or do you look over your shoulder a bit? Does it change anything for you?
I think if you beat us and you beat Arsenal, then you're title contenders. Like, you are.
Absolutely.
If you get beat by us and beat by Arsenal, then it's just a reminder of where you truly are.
But you know what? It's true. It's true, though. It's true. Yeah. That's literally how it can go.
It's a massive 2 weeks for you lot. You won your quarterfinal last night, which was big, getting into the semi. You should be looking at the League Cup as one to win. You should be looking at the FA Cup as one to win as well. In terms of us, do you know what? It's so difficult because I'm just a City. Obviously, I work for the club, but I'm just a City fan. I'm not representative of all City fans' opinions. But for me, I want to win the Champions League this year. More than anything. You said that last time, didn't you? Yeah. More than anything.
Because some City fans say, I don't really care. I remember when we was in Division 1 and all this stuff. Yeah. But I suppose it is a personal preference. You're like, no, I've had enough heartbreak in that competition. Yeah. I want it. Is that where you're at?
My eyes are 100% focused on the Champions League. Everything else would be a nice bonus.
Really? So Premier League's a bonus? That's nice, isn't it?
I know, and nice. That is horrendously arrogant, and people will hate me saying that. City fans will hate me saying it. I'm sure United fans will hate me saying it. But I just want to win the Champions League. I just really do. I'd like to win the league as well. Like, never want to get beaten by you lot. Would like to win the league. Would like to take it all the way, to the end if we need to win it. Whatever it takes to win the Premier League. But if you beat us, I'm not going to start panicking.
Okay. That's interesting. Now it's time for the quick fire round. You're familiar with it. You had some interesting answers last time. So what I've done is I've looked back at some of those questions you asked, and some of them I'm gonna re-ask you them in a different way. But let's get to the quick fire round. No pressure. Question number 1. Last time you said that no United player gets into a City 11. Has that changed now?
You're a bit better now. Your defence, I still wouldn't put any of your defenders in. I still wouldn't put any of your midfielders in. Although Casemiro would probably get on the bench now.
What?
Yeah, I mean, Casemiro's not better than Rodri. I know you lot think he's the best CDM in the world, but he's not better than Rodri. And Rashford would get on the bench.
He's better than what's his face? Jack Grealish.
Is he?
Yeah. Wait, I need to not talk. This is your quick fire round, actually.
Yeah, I'm not very quick at it, am I? Yeah, I'm not. Marcus Rashford is in brilliant form. I love Jack Grealish. I'd say Marcus Rashford would get on the bench.
Martinez is better than Ake.
Martinez is better than Ake. Where's like?
Yeah.
No. No.
Martinez is better than Akanji. So
he's really not. He's really not. Akanji's having a great season. Stones and Laporte would be my centre back partnership, and Martinez is not getting in there. Who's your left back? Shaw.
Luke Shaw. Yeah.
He's not getting in.
He's better than Rico. What's his name? Lewis. He's better than the little kid.
He's not better than Cancelo. Who's your right back?
He is this season.
He's not.
Dallo.
To be fair, Luke Shaw's in good form. Luke Shaw's in really good form at the minute. But
this is the worst quick fire round we've ever done. I've just realised I'm not supposed to even be talking, but I couldn't hold it in.
Right, I'll go quick. The next one,
okay.
I'll go quick. Okay.
Right, so basically nothing's changed and no Man United player for you gets in the 11.
You're getting on the bench now, though. Well done.
Oh my God, that is insane. That is insane. Right, will Erling Haaland score more than Ronaldo in his whole career?
Oh. Will Erling Haaland? No, because he probably won't get the level of international goals that Ronaldo's got. Or are you talking about club goals?
Yeah, just all together, yeah.
Probably not. Ronaldo scored a lot of goals internationally, also a lot of goals at kind of random like tournaments like World Club Cups and all of those randomy things. Yeah, probably not.
If it's just club?
That doesn't mean that Erling Haaland's not going to have one of the greatest football careers ever. But no, probably not.
Do you regret selling Jesus and Zinchenko to Arsenal and making them stronger?
No, because Jesus is showing what we all knew about him, that he's a phenomenally hard-working player. Obviously, he's out injured at the minute, but he's not a goal-scoring machine. And that's what Arsenal need, a goal-scoring machine. Zinchenko, I do regret because he was just a really, really good member of the squad, but he wanted to play first-team football and he probably wasn't going to get that at us. So, no, I don't think it's those two that have made the difference for Arsenal. Maybe letting them have Arteta, maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, I should have asked you that one, actually. Yeah, that's true. Actually, do you regret that? Do you regret letting Mikel Arteta go to Arsenal and making them stronger?
Nah, we had to give ourselves some competition, didn't we?
This is terrible. This is awful. This is painful. Probably no point even asking you this one. Casemiro or Rodri, and why?
Casemiro or Rodri? I think Casemiro's a great signing, by the way. He's exactly what you needed, but Rodri's the man.
Can Newcastle United or Manchester United be in the title race alongside Arsenal and Manchester City?
Yeah. If you beat us and you beat Arsenal, you're in the title race.
Simple,
Newcastle
like
are having a phenomenal season, but I think they'll probably finish third or fourth.
Although none of them can get into your team, United's best summer signing last year.
I mean, Casemiro was a great signing. Eriksen was a great signing. To be fair, I think and Martinez was a good. I think he's. Is that your three signings that you made in the summer?
And we've got Anthony and we've got Terrell Malacia.
I'm not sure about Anthony. I don't like the playing around, the messing around in the middle of a game. What was that when he was stepping over the ball when you were drawing? I'm not sure about Anthony yet, but I think the other three are really solid, good signings. And it looks like Ten Hag has some sort of actual transfer policy in mind for you, which I think is what you needed.
Does it worry you that United could have a big takeover similar to City's?
Does it worry me? I mean, to be fair, it is a joy to see how much you all melt down every time you talk about the Glazers. Does it worry me? Not really, to be honest. I think seriously, and I think you all know how deep the issues are at your club. You know, from the need for Old Trafford to be either knocked down or to be seriously refurbished. You know, through to your training facilities, through to your transfer dealings. You know, the signings that you make, everything from top to bottom. But it seems like Ten Hag is this massive step in the right direction. So, am I bothered if you get taken over? Not really.
Okay. And lastly, do you still think Man City are the favourites for the title?
I think Arsenal are the favourites for the title because they're top of the league.
Oh, conservative answer there. Should they be favourites just because they're top, or should City be favourites because they've done it and proven it?
I mean, Arsenal are top of the league, but we've got to still play them home and away. If we beat them home and away, then we go top of the league. I like the fact that it's still very much in our hands. I would say that probably, yeah, we are favourites for it. We've done it before. We know what it's like to fight at this point. We're phenomenally good in the second half of a season. Arsenal have not been near the top of the table. Will they crumble? We don't know. Will City? No, because we don't. So yes, City are probably favourites, but I'm going to keep just saying Arsenal are top of the league right now.
Okay, so, well, nothing's really changed then. Still very confident. Still no Man United players getting into your 11, which I think is absolutely insane. But
who would you
I don't expect...
Who would you put in?
Martinez and Varane are going into the centre of your defence over any of them. Any of them.
Stop it!
It's true, over any of them.
They're not.
Seriously, over any of them. The young kid, what's the name?
Stones and Laporte. They're not.
They are, especially Laporte.
Laporte's a phenomenal defender.
I prefer Diaz.
Diaz is injured at the minute, but Diaz is generally phenomenal. We haven't seen it for him for a few months. But Akanji,
Akanji's done really well. Ake's done really well. But Martinez has been unreal. Varane is unreal. But again, I think we could probably just carry on the stream just arguing that forever because none of us are going to back down.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's better than that kid. He's better than the kid, Lewis.
Luke Shaw is better than the kid. Yeah, because Luke Shaw has much more experience, but Rico Lewis hasn't put a foot wrong in the games that he's been playing. João Cancelo is not having the level of season that he's had previously.
He isn't. He was displaced by Dalot in the World Cup, may I add.
I mean, Portugal's a mess, isn't it? Let's not, can't really talk about that.
Even their manager saw it, he saw it. He saw the Ronaldo thing, then he went, oh, that Cancelo, actually. Yeah.
Well, I think it depends. Cancelo doesn't play as a typical left back for us, though, does he? Maybe that's what
he doesn't. He's everywhere.
Portugal wanted. He'll come back, and on his day, he's better than Luke Shaw. So, and Rico Lewis will probably be better than both of them in 5 years.
Oh God, listen to this. Couple of good games. Well, then Garnacho's better than Grealish. Then I'm going to say on that.
Garnacho's phenomenal, isn't he? Are you worried about the rumours about his attitude and his?
No, I think we're doing a good job of squashing that. I think there is some truth to it. Got a bit about him. He's got a bit of character. He was having a go at Bruno the other day on the pitch. So sometimes he has to tone it. Yeah, just because he didn't release the pass to him at the right time. And look, I get it. Senior pros are like, listen, you're the kid. You don't do that to the. Oh, hello, cat.
I don't like the fact that he wears CR7 underwear as well. I just find that a bit weird. Come on,
it's his idol. It's just, I know. Prediction time, because again, we could go through a combined 11, and again, we could argue and not wrap up. Having said all of this, what are you saying for a prediction? Are you coming to Old Trafford? Are you winning, or are you going to get turned over? Or is it going to be a draw? Turned
over? I mean, we're not getting turned over. If you're going to beat us, it's going to be a very slender by one goal. Because you're not going to turn us over.
If it's 2-0, turn your phone off.
2-0's not a turnover. If you beat us 3-0 or more, feel free to abuse me.
Right, okay. All right.
I do think it'll be a lot tighter. I think it'll be tighter than the home game. I think it'll be tighter than most of the games we've had in recent years. I think that we'll still win. I think we'll probably win by 1 or 2, maybe 3-1. But if you ask me again on Saturday morning, I'll probably tell you that I'll take a draw.
Yeah, 100%. No, do you know what? These games do get better. And I'm always, in the back of my mind, I've got what happened at the Etihad when I felt quietly confident. I thought we can at least go there and not get beat. And the capitulation as soon as we kicked off, I think the ball went down the left-hand side. Dalot got booked straight away off Grealish. De Gea made a save. It was just awful. But at Old Trafford, fans are up. And I've been saying to a lot of Man United fans, don't feel, out of place for getting excited and thinking, we can beat City, we can do this. So I'm going to stick with that energy. I'm going to go for a United win. In Eric Ten Hag,
go for it, mate. If you don't win, though, don't be disheartened if you don't win. I think the FA Cup is what you need to focus on.
FA Cup, Carabao Cup, exactly. And also, I think we're in a position where even if we don't win, like you said, we're still our ultimate aim is to make sure we get into fourth position. That's still my goal. I'm not. Some Man United fans are like, well, if we do this, we do that, we get in the title race. One game at a time. One game at a time for me. Thank you so much for joining us. I know. Imagine. I know. Right. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure. Hopefully, it goes our way this time. because last time, honestly, I couldn't even bring myself to actually, say, oh, well done or anything. It was too painful. Long
I
drive back as
know.
well after that. It was horrible. But I
Yeah.
don't think it'll be like that again. Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, thank you so much to Natalie for coming on board as well. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.